Hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today we're going to do a November 2022 reading for the sign of Virgo. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Glad to see you. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you very much for your support. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to ask kind of an open-ended inquiry here. What does Virgo need to know for the month of November? Okay. For the year 2022. Virgo, what's going on with Virgo? I think there's something up with you, Virgo. Yeah, this is coming out pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Cards of advice. If you have been with me before, you know, doesn't always come that easy. The shuffling cards take their time sometimes, but not tonight. Okay, a couple more cards of advice and then we will get started. Yeah. Totally. Okay. 7 of clubs. So I saw this actually when I was shuffling here. I actually saw this card and I went, uh-oh. So this is this is a feeling or an experience of being trapped. You're feeling trapped by a situation. Could be a relationship, could be a dead-end job. Nonetheless, you're feeling confined, like there is no way out. You're feeling a bit desperate. Don't like to see that, Virgo. And the Jack of Clubs. So it could be somebody around you who's a younger fire sign, a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This could also be you, feeling inexperienced in some way. The one element, or the one attribute you could give to this person, or if it's you, is generosity and support. So possibly you're supporting somebody and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by it. This is the feeling of entrapment. You know, like when you give and give and give, and it's maybe the person's not even meaning to go that far, but it's perhaps become a burden to you. We have the Five of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts. So yeah, the Queen of Hearts is that mothering, nurturing card. That could be you. It could be you. So you could be supporting somebody and being very nurturing towards them. That would totally make sense with the scenario that kind of materialized for me when I was pulling those cards. The Five of Hearts talks about separation, usually temporary, not like permanent. It's the kind of separation that, as an example, I'm not reading that into this reading. Someone going off to college, somebody going off to the military, somebody traveling for work. So it's that kind of thing. But because it's the hearts, it kind of affects you emotionally or somebody around you. Could be that you're dealing with somebody who's going through some kind of separation, and that's the burden. Like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Let's keep going though. Wow, another queen. Now this one's quite different. This is again, an authority figure. I didn't mention with the queen here. I'd just like to remind my regular viewers, the queens are authority and power. They're just not as dominant as a king, but they still have just as much potency. And they're not gender specific. We're not looking at female, male. But this Queen of Spades, the thing about her, she's reserved. She holds things back. So there's an air of mischievousness around her. You're quite not sure where she's coming from. As far as signs go, this could be a air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Oh, I did mention the Jack could be a fire sign, and the Queen of Hearts can be a water sign, but I'm feeling like that's you for some reason. You could have water and fire in your chart. I don't know. I mean, it could be that you're supporting this younger person. I'm just picking up a little bit of a vibe there. Um, yeah, I'm not. It's not coming up real clear here. Anyway, somebody here. You know what? I'm actually thinking this could be you. There's a variety of emotions going on here. We have generosity and support, we have nurturing, and then we have holding back and perhaps feeling resentful because of this feeling of feeling trapped. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm going to ask for more cards for Virgo. What else can you tell me about Virgo's situation here? That's emotional, feeling confined and trapped. Perhaps giving more than they wanted to give. Seven of Hearts. Interesting. So this is about people becoming unreliable. There's disappointment. It's also about unfortunate changes. Something has gone wrong here, or it's gone in a direction that, again, I keep hearing burdened. That has burdened you, but it's also affected you emotionally. What else can you tell me about Virgo and this emotional quandary? The Nine of Spades. So somebody here had a completion. It could be the roles are reversed here and that somebody's supporting you and you're feeling trapped and confined. That now, sorry to back up there, but this Nine of Spades here is about more downer and disappointment energy. I mean, a real loss. This isn't just, oh darn it, I got a scratch on my new car. This is this is much deeper than that. Okay, and it did come out with the Seven of Hearts, which to me is, for me, it represents the having a broken heart in some sense. Somebody disappointing you, letting you down. Not necessarily romantically, but could be. There's a picture here I'm not quite seeing. Definite disappointment, broken heart on your side, feeling of being trapped, and I think that's you feeling trapped in the situation or emotions or both. Very well could be a separation that you're dealing with. Perhaps you're separated from somebody that nurtures you or has nurtured you in the past. That's the Queen of Hearts. I'm just kind of getting another picture here. Bear with me. The Queen of Spades, though. I mean, it's like there's a duality going on here. And I do think it's within you. There's nurturing, and then there's the opposite of nurturing, is just like holding back. This is confusing for me. I think it might ring true for somebody. If it does, you're welcome to leave a comment. Or not. If it's personal, I get it. Ace of Clubs. Well, there's some kind of new start going on as well. I mean, this is painting a picture of, honestly, of a separation. Bear with me for a second. Of a separation. Still experiencing a fair amount of grief with the Nine of Spades and Seven of Hearts and broken heart. And feeling trapped in whatever's going on. Like, I get the impression you didn't want it to happen. You didn't expect it. You didn't foresee it. And I think this Jack of Clubs could be somebody around you who's being very supportive. It could be like an adult child. You know, doesn't necessarily be a a child, like a middle schooler. I mean, to somebody younger than you, could be a young adult. Because you definitely have a new start here with the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Clubs does talk about learning something new, or a new skill, or new information, or learning, kind of embarking on something new. That's why I think you were forced into a situation where you had to separate, and now you're learning it. You're learning something over, maybe how to arrange your life, how to not necessarily support yourself, but because when you're involved in a relationship for however long, you get into a routine with somebody. They take care of this part, you take care of that part. Usually there's a sharing of the responsibilities, and maybe now this is you trying to juggle and figure out how things are going to work. Could be kids, could be pets, could be, anything under the sun that has to be figured out. Bills, debts. And I do get the sense that for some reason this is you. Not letting other people know, family, friends, whoever, strangers, what's going on. That's you holding back. I think I've seen that card come out for you before, Virgo. You tend to do that. You kind of keep it all inside. Eight of Diamonds. Well, that's a surprise. I think that could have something to do with the Ace of Clubs here and the new start and learning new skill. This is actually about entrepreneurship and taking something on your own and making it work. It is very promising in the financial sector here. This is about hard work paying off and having a solid financial future. I think you're making moves, again, to get out of some kind of emotional situation, and some of that involves securing your financial future. Let's go ahead and look at cards of advice, because I'll be honest, this is a little cryptic to me, but it doesn't seem like I'm meant to uncover what I call a dead giveaway, oh, that's it. The aha moment that comes to me when I see it laid out. I get the feeling from it. The intuition comes in. I'm not getting a clear picture, so I'm just going to go on here. Cards of advice. Nine of Hearts, Eight of Clubs. Well, the Nine of Hearts talks about wish fulfillment and, again, something completing. So whatever has ended with the Nine of Spades, it was a loss. I think ultimately it's something you deep down is going to fulfill you in some way. That's how I interpret that. You may not recognize it at the moment, but the cards of advice are saying it's actually going to fulfill you on a deeper level. With the Eight of Clubs, you are looking at some decisions to make, or a major decision. This also talks about having fixed ideas, being stubborn. But it also talks about problems in relationships in general, so which can involve kind of decisions, right? Where do you go from here, kind of thing. But it is going to satisfy you. Yeah, the ending is going to satisfy you in a deep level, but you're also going to have to make decisions, which could be wrapped up with this Ace of Clubs and having to start over. King of Spades. This could be you, or what you need to embody, or it could be another person. Well, I'm being pretty vague there, aren't I? I'm sorry. Again, this could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the king, what's important to know about the king is the control aspect of it. I always see the kings when they come out as someone, so in advice, someone is around you controlling things, making things difficult for you, which could be the spouse, honestly. So if you were involved with an air sign and that's who you're separated from, they cause problems in relationships. This person actually isn't all bad. They actually have a very good practical side. They're good with money. They're good with decisions like that. Um, Hold on here. I think the camera switched off. Hold on one second. I don't think it. I don't. It shouldn't have, but no, it didn't. Sorry, I heard a random clicking noise that I was fearing the battery ran down. That happens from time to time. Anyway, yeah, this could be the person that you're still dealing with that's causing problems. The spouse doesn't have to be male, but someone who's kind of maybe controlled you, controlled finances. And that's why you have that eight of diamonds that talks about you now taking control of this finance. Well, not taking control, but having an idea about a direction to go. The entrepreneurship aspect, you remember that? Anyway, the Four of Hearts. So this is about feeling connected and supported in your home. You must have support around you, because I think it's asking you to acknowledge that. Remember that. Don't forget that you have the support. The fours talk about stability and security around the home. And with hearts, you're looking at some kind of family unit or friends or, whoever it is. You do have a solid support system there, which is good to see. More face cards. Look at that. The King of Diamonds and the Queen of Clubs. Now, the King of Diamonds, could be an earth sign. Well, it could be you. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. The Queen of Clubs could be a fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Very interesting combination. I don't know that I've ever had the advice come out with the King of Diamonds and a Queen of Clubs like that, but both are very good cards. The King of Diamonds is actually about taking control of your finances. That's how I interpret that. I mean, these could be two people. Honestly, that's why I read out the signs. Perhaps that you can rely upon. I don't know. A power couple. I see it as, a male-female relationship. It doesn't have to be, though. And the Queen of Clubs, again, is very supportive, kind, has good advice, they have maturity and experience. This could be two aspects of yourself, to see that you can take control of these finances, because there was this hint that you needed to do something about your finances. And the Queen of Clubs is kind of, I don't know, along the same lines of just being this powerful authority, using good judgment, able to still guide people and be a support. That could be the people that are involved in this Four of Hearts. Actually, that's what I'm getting. This is what was meant to come out here. This is your support system. I don't know who these people are, but you're probably going to be able to figure that out. Could be a male and female. This could be a couple who kind of have aspects like that. Again, another earth sign, a fire sign. I do think the King of Spades here is the spouse, because that's the one causing problems. These two don't cause problems. They're actually they're very positive influences. They're good to have on your side. Yeah. What else? What other advice can you give Virgo? This is a pretty complex situation. I won't kid you there. Whoa. Yep. New start. This is about following your heart in a new direction here. Totally makes sense. If you haven't already started that process or figured out that you really do need to follow your heart, confirmation. Yes, indeedy. Follow your heart, whatever that means. It doesn't have to be any particular area. It doesn't mean going out and finding the love of your life. It doesn't mean following your passion and changing a career. It could be both those things, or one of them, whatever your heart, how it speaks to you. The Four of Clubs, you got another four out here. This talks about support and things being balanced again in your home life. I think this, actually, now that I think about it, coming out with the Ace of Hearts, this is what you truly desire. The stability in the home life is what you're after. That's your goal here. The balance. Things not being topsy-turvy or, what's the word? Volatile. I mean, volatile might be a little strong of a word, but you know what I'm saying. Things never being settled. Conflicts. Whatever. These are the things I'm picking up on, but whatever caused this relationship and the broken heart and the disappointment and the loss, you don't want those things anymore. This talks about the new start, following your heart in the direction to find this stability. I think that's your goal. And that's a perfectly good goal to have, honestly. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need anything fancy and over the top. Seven of Spades. Well, that's interesting. This talks about hidden truths coming out, things being revealed. Again, this talks about separations between people. This is coming out with both these cards here. This is the crux of the matter. The truths that came out, this is what I'm picking up, that destroyed the foundation of this relationship. It's your heart's desire to get back to this stability. Probably without that person, especially if it's the King of Spades here. Again, think of an air sign. This could, I'm not sure if it pertains to you, but sometimes this means you need to something needs to be revealed, or something is going to be revealed to you to get back to that stability. Sometimes I see that as like a kind of a prediction, like there's stuff you still don't know about that's going to affect you. And once that is released, you're able to find that stability again. Five of Diamonds. Wow, that's interesting. Now this is about changes again with your finances. So kind of exchange could be a settlement. If you're splitting up with somebody and there's money to be divided up, that's what this talks about. So this talks about a change in your financial future. In some other context, this can be just job change, but I think we have a lot more relationship, separation, redefining the way you're going to be living, the routine, who's going to take care of what, how are things going to be taken care of. I think this is all what's on the table here. I don't see anything about career, so this change is about the settling up. Yeah, I don't see any. I'm not really picking up any reason to go further with this. So I'm going to leave it there. But I think the pointers to point out, to summarize here, are Four of Hearts. You have support and connection in your home life. Very well could be represented by this earth sign and fire energy. You could look at it as energy as well, not necessarily people. However devastating this ending was, it's going to fulfill a wish on a very deep level for you. Even if you don't recognize that at first. It's gonna create decisions you have to make, though. It's very possible right now, when you see this reading, you're stuck in this mode of having to make decisions. I'm actually picking up that pretty strongly. But ultimately, you're going to have this new start in the direction of something you truly desire, and it's going to lead to this stability. The only warning, like I said, is I'm seeing a little bit of some truth maybe coming out, or you found out the truth. See, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say you need to watch out for this, but if it comes up, there you go. Finances are looking very good though, Virgo. There's a lot of opportunity out here, and with that eight of diamonds, I don't think you're going to have a huge windfall. I don't think you're going to suddenly be a millionaire or wealthy by any stretch of the word, but it looks like your finances are something of a priority for you, and they're definitely going to get back on track. Yep. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to leave it there. If you would like to see when the next video comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe, notifications, and I will see you again soon. Take care.